What's going on, guys? It's Sep, and in this video we are going to be going over the new stat breakdown. It's just kind of going to be a rant video. It's going to be going down all the different things that you should be looking out for when it comes to Crucible armor and all the different ways that the new stats affect us directly. The main gist of it is you're going to have a lot more build flexibility than you used to, but to go over it really quickly, your base recovery stat is around 60 recovery of what it used to be. Honestly, I personally am getting away with low health stat, and I plan to keep it low, but for a lot of people that are playing in high level lobbies, they want that health back as quick as possible, so they are literally investing all the way up to 200. I don't think it's necessary, but that is personal preference. Melee stat, very specific builds. You have behemoths that are using it, as well as the fact that hunters are investing into it slightly so that when they use Gambler's Dodge, they're getting their melee back. It is actually really impactful on Arc Hunter, as you were able to get your Tempest Strike back incredibly quickly. People aren't even using it for smokes, they're just using it to get as many Tempest Strikes as possible. If we're talking about mandatory stats that I think that a hunter needs, just in my opinion, if you don't have 100 in your super energy, I genuinely don't think that you're getting literally your super at all. I have played quite a few comp games, and maybe it's a little bit different in quick play, but from my experience, comp, I, with 100 in my super, am only getting my super towards the end of games, and it's winning me the game because there's no supers to contest it. Like, it is actually making such a difference, so I do recommend that you do invest 100 in your super stat. Honestly, a lot of people are probably going to disagree. They're going to have a lot of other stats they want to prioritize right now, but when we all have tier 4 and 5 armor, you're going to be able to spare 100 for your super. Extra stats into your super, totally unnecessary. Grenade stat, let's not skip over it. Grenade cooldown, super nice to have. You're going to be able to get your grenade back quickly. Increased damage by your grenades doesn't really seem to be doing anything quirky yet. I'm not seeing any videos that are being put out that are impressing me, where people are going like above and beyond, where they're doing insane or crazy things that are just blowing people's expectations out of the water. So I would go ahead and leave your grenade stat honestly anywhere between 50 to 100, depending on how much you prioritize your grenade for your subclass. Hunters, I can't think of times that you really want to use your grenade all that much, but maybe if you're a young Ahamkara Spine Hunter, you can do some quirky things because you're already getting your grenades back so much. You're going to want to get them even more. I get it, right? So other than the young Ahamkara Spine, I don't see you wanting to invest into your grenade stat as a hunter. Mainly just your melee, your super, and your class ability. I find that having 150 class ability just for that little bit of overshield bump has actually saved my life a lot, and that's probably due to my low health stat, but it gives me an excuse to dump resources into a class stat. It gets me out of clutch scenarios wherever I drop low health, and I'm getting my class ability all the time, and that in turn will get you some more melee. I haven't heavily invested into it because my armor's bad. This is purely what I have. Ideally, I want to sit around 150 class stat, 100 super, and 100 melee. That is personal preference. But I wouldn't blame you for wanting to go more. So let's get to the controversial one. This is the one that we all thought, hey Bungie, what are we doing? Why are we giving people literally free damage? If you just heavily increase it all the way up to, I think, 160, you are turning 180 hand cannons into a perma 3 tap. If you increase it to 200, it makes 390 pulses the easiest gun in the game because they're an incredibly consistent 2 burst. Do I see this staying? Maybe for now. Maybe for now. So if you do want to go for some like just quick play farming, catch people off guard, kill people really fast with a couple of quirky archetypes, which right now is mainly 180 hand cannons and 390 pulses. Nothing else jumps out at us right now as far as like strongly benefiting from the weapon stat. You can absolutely heavily invest into it, but other than that, we have such an insane amount of power creep with our weapons in general that I don't think we need more reload and handling on them, especially like shotguns. We all have 100 handling with handling modifiers on them. Hand cannons, we all have like 70 handling minimum on them, plus we have exotics to give us handling. Another exotic I'm using right now is Dragon Shadow, which I'll go over in a second, just to go over what I've been doing. I do not think the weapon stat is worth going into unless you are full-blown going for a quirky build and you don't know what else to do with your stats. I don't think it's competitive. I think the most competitive things to dump into right now are going to be class, melee, and super. But if you want to prioritize health, you are just fully taking advantage of it. You're holding a corner with a hand cannon a lot. I play very out in the open, so it doesn't help me as much. But if you are just doing nothing but holding corners, you want that health as fast as possible. You're baiting everything. Maybe you're just not that confident of a player. The health stat is going to be useful. So if you are going to invest in health, I would go all the way, all or nothing, over 160 minimum. And then after that, I would invest into class ability and melee and not your super. I would say that your super is what you're kind of swapping out for your health stat. Now, the one thing that I did see is it is possible to get not only quad 100s, but quintuple 500s. People are getting stat builds where they have over 500 stats. It's getting ridiculous out there. So if you have juiced armor out of your mind and you can afford it, let's say I had 500 stats to play with, I would probably go for 150 class, 100 super, 100 melee, and then 150 health. That's probably what I would do. And then I would completely neglect grenade and weapons. The grenades I use anyways are all quirky. I use like flashbangs or incendiaries or anything. They're helpful, but they're not like game changing. So I'm not going to invest into them heavily. And then the weapon stat is just not doing enough. I will be making builds of the weapon stat for fun, but as far as actually trying to win games, I don't think it's going to lock it down. Dragon Shadow also is so much fun right now. It's giving 20 stability and 20 handling base before you dodge, doubling it when you dodge and giving you a handling modifier. So that alone replaces the weapon stat entirely. It's just so much fun. I'm having a great time. Also gives you a reason to heavily invest in the class stat, and that gives you more melee. It's a great gameplay loop. Doesn't give you the crazy movement or anything, so I'm probably not going to stay on it, but I'm having a great time with Dragon Shadow right now, as you saw from the video the other day. So that's going to be my summary on all of the new stuff. Hope you guys appreciate the information. I will continue to keep you updated if anything changes, but hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.